Caleb Williams had himself quite the weekend in Chicago, and if you are a Bears fan, you probably have a big smile on your face after seeing what happened. Their rookie quarterback didn't just stay low-key during his time off. No, he went all in on embracing the city and even more importantly embracing the rivalry that defines so much of what it means to play for the Chicago Bears. We're talking about the old war with the Green Bay Packers, and honestly it feels like something is changing in the air. The Bears-Packers rivalry, which for years felt undecided and fled thanks to Chicago constantly coming up short, might just be getting a serious shot of adrenaline. And guess WHO's leading the charge yep Caleb Williams. For those who somehow missed it, there is a clip that has been making the rounds on social media. It is from the Sam Smash Music Festival, right there in Chicago. Caleb was out there with friends including Cole Bennett and some other local faces. But the moment that grabbed everyone's attention wasn't about music or celebrity sightings. It was when Caleb Williams joined Bears fans in a full-throated FGB chant. That is right, standing shoulder to shoulder with the people of Chicago. Your franchise quarterback yelled out one of the most passionate and filtered chants a Bears player can do in public. And look, this was the some stage PR moment. This was authentic. This was raw. This was Caleb showing that he gets it. He understands what it means to wear that jersey. Of course, as with anything on the internet, there were critics. People saying, oh, this guy is out partying when he should be studying the playbook. Let's pump the brakes on that narrative for a second. This is NFL off-season. This is a part of the year where players are given space to unwind, recharge, and enjoy a little personal time. Before the grind-up training camp begins, Caleb didn't fly off to some tropical island. He didn't disappear for weeks on end. He stayed in Chicago. He stayed close to the fans. And even in his downtime, he was engaging with the community and showing them that he is not just here to collect a paycheck. He is here to be part of this city and this franchise. And that is real, the guy has already been patting in wake. There have been reports of him meeting up with teammates for private throwing sessions, diving into the Bears playbook and getting himself mentally ready for what is coming. But beyond all the debates about off-season activities, what really matters here is the tone Caleb is setting. Let's not sugarcoat it. Sports rivalries today aren't what they used to be. Players jump teams, friendships cross rival lines, and sometimes you get a sense that these guys care more about brand building and networking than about the history between two franchises. But Caleb Williams is sending a different message. He is not out here trying to be best friends with everyone in the league. He is not worried about keeping it politically correct when it comes to the Packers. If anything, is leaning into the hate. He is embracing the role of villain in Green Bay and the hero in Chicago. And honestly, that is exactly the energy Bears fans want and need right now. This is the first time we've seen signs of this from him. Let's rewind back to Week 18 last season. The Bears went up to Lambeau Field and finally broke a brutal losing streak against the Packers. It had been what 11 straight losses, nearly a decade since winning at Lambeau that we mattered. It mattered to the players, to the fans, to the whole city. There was the unforgettable slow-motion shot of Kairos Antos nailing Segame win in Field Road. And right after there was Caleb screaming in celebration, showing raw emotion on the field. This wasn't just another win. This was about pride, about reclaiming a little bit of dignity in a rivalry that had felt hopeless for so long. And let's talk about that post-game moment where Caleb and his teammates tried to do the Lambeau leap, right into the section with Bears fans. Of course, the Green Bay crowd wasn't having it. They started throwing whatever they could get their hands on at the Bears players. Drinks, trash, you name it. And you know what Caleb loved every second of it. When he was excited about his West fan experience, he didn't hesitate to bring up that day in Green Bay. His West Day sack. Short, sweet, and straight to the point. He isn't here to sugarcoat his feelings about the Packers. And honestly, when was the last time a Bears quarterback spoke this openly and this passionately about hating Green Bay? You have to go back years to find anything close to this level of fire. And then adding even more fuel to the fire, let's remember what happened shortly after that big win, when Ben Johnson was introduced as head coach. He took a subtle but very pointed shot at Matt LaFleur Packers during his first press conference. Johnson made it clear he wanted to stay in the NFC North because he enjoyed beating Green Bay twice a year. That is not something you just tie off hand. That was intentional. That was a line delivered with purpose. He wanted Bears fans to know that he understands the assignment. And let's not forget Johnson and the Lions had gotten the better of Green Bay multiple times in recent years, including that huge win that knocked the Packers out of playoff contention back in the 2-0-2 season. So when your new head coach comes in throwing jabs and your rookie quarterback is out leading anti-Packers chants at music festivals, it is fair to say the rivalry is hitting the cap. And we can't ignore how Matt LaFleur responded. When asked about Johnson's comments, LaFleur stumbled through his sense, clearly caught off guard. the TCC kind of moment that sticks with players and coaches. You better believe that when these two teams meet, especially in 2025, there is going to be some extra age on the field. And speaking of upcoming matchups, let us not forget that the Bears and Packers won't see each other until week 14 and then again in week 16 this coming season. Both games late in the year. Both with potential playoff implications if the Bears can stay competitive. Imagine the atmosphere in Lambeau for that first game back. Imagine soldier field in week 16 and the lights with both teams fighting for playoff positioning. It has got all the ingredients for something special, and look, nobody is pretending that chanting FGB at a music festival is the same as throwing 4 touchdowns against Green Bay in December. Caleb knows the two. Talk is cheap in the NFL. Everything ultimately comes down to performance on the field. That culture matters, mindset matters, and what Caleb is showing right now is that yes, both he understands the history. He understands. The pain Bears fans have felt for years watching Aaron Rodgers and now Jordan Love on this rivalry, and knows that to be a great quarterback for this franchise, it is not just about stats. It is about moments. It is about sending messages. And right now the message is sending is loud and clear es. Not here to be friends with the Packers. Say the thing this does is galvanize the locker room. When your quarterback shows this kind of emotion, this kind of alignment with the fans, it creates a bond. Guys rally on that. Teammates love playing for someone who wears their emotions, undersleep and isn't afraid to go to war with them. It brings an edge to practice to game prep to Sunday afternoons, and even though we're in the middle of off-season, this kind of stuff builds momentum that can carry into training camp and into the regular season. Now let us not get it twisted. Winning one game at Lambeau doesn't mean the Bears have flipped the script on this rivalry. Far from it. The Packers still holds the edge in recent history. They've had the Bears number for a long time, but what we're seeing now with Caleb leading the charge is the start of a cultural shift. The Bears are tired of being the punchline, tired of being the little brother in this matchup, and this new way bably the ship from the front of us to the coaching staff to the players is sending signals that they're ready to fight back. And again, it is not just about talking a big game. It is about following it up on the field. The Bears have to come out in those two matchups late this season and prove that last year was the fluke. They need to show they can stack wins, not just pull off one emotional victory. They need to turn this passion and this energy into execution. But if you reference it in at home, wondering if your quarterback gets it, if he understands what it means to play for the Chicago Bears, then this weekend should have erased any doubt. Caleb's actions over the past few months are making it crystal clear as batting, he wants to be here. He is embracing the city, embracing the fans, and most importantly embracing the rivalry that defines so much of Bears football history. And listen, there are bigger goals out there. Winning the division, making the playoffs, pushing for a Super Bowl run, but beating the Packers, the TCC Foundation, the TCC Fest team building something special. So as the 4th of July approaches and we all wait for training camp to kick off, Bears fans can hold on to this moment. They can feel that fire starting to build again. Because when your quarterback is out there chanting against your biggest rival in front of thousands of fans, you know something is changing. And maybe, just maybe, the Bears-Packers rivalry is finally back on the map where it belongs. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy, drop your thoughts and the news in the comments below. Sebastian Halasal is reaching a fever pitch with tantalizing whispers suggesting a seismic shift in the Chicago Bears roster. While no official announcements have been made and unmistakable anticipation, hence heavy fueled by persistent rumors of three significant incoming talents that could dramatically reshape the team's fortunes. If the scuttlebutt proves true, Bears fans could be bracing for a truly impactful off-season. The most persistent memes point to the potential arrival of Ellen Lazard, a wide receiver whose physical play and reliable hands would instantly boosted a Bears receiving corps. Imagine the possibilities of his contested catchability, complementing the existing offensive threats. This acquisition alone could provide a much-needed jolt to the passing game offering a big budget target for the quarterback. But the speculation doesn't stop there. Defensive enthusiasts are particularly excited by the willing to cap to Pro Bowl caliber rushers possibly done in the Navy and Orange Sadeaya Smith and T.J. Watt. Semir mentioned at these names sent Chiefs down the spines of opposing offensive coordinators. Smith, known for his relentless motor and ability to disrupt backfield, would bring an immediate pass rushing presence. And Watt's reigning defensive play of the year, a perennial seclide with an uncanny neck for making game-changing plays, would instantly elevate the Bears defense into elite territory. C. Fotab this Turikin Heback and opposing quarterbacks alongside existing defensive talent is enough to ignite dreams of a dominant defensive unit. Well, these are for now just tantalizing wisps and seven hopes circulating amongst fanbase and within league cycles. The sheer passability of such impact rivals has undeniably felt se. Bears faithful with a renewed sense of optimism. Could these rumors materialize into a reality that finally propels Chicago back into serious contention? Only time will tell, but anticipation is palpable. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.